Alright, so we're walking into the room, and here's my room. Let's see, there's my bed, my far wall, my desk, my bookcase, and then my closet is over here. And then that's the door I just walked through. So this is probably about the cleanest my room has been or will ever be. So I decided that I would do a little video to show you kind of where I do my work slash my bedroom. And yeah, so I mean, I'm a messy person pretty much in general, so this is actually really clean for me. So I'll just start over here with like a quick tour of my other stuff. These are kind of my spare books, CDs, DVDs, stuff like that. Over here we have some energy drink because I have a caffeine addiction. I have some, this is my toolbox, by the way. Victoria's Secret bag is my toolbox. It has like a hammer and light bulbs and nails and stuff in it. Then here is a drawer with some of my cards. These are like the older ones. I have, this is flowers and ribbon. It's not really flowers and ribbon. It is my extra envelopes, some stuff from Scrapfest that I haven't put away, and then embroidery floss. And then here's an envelopes box, which is just all envelopes. So yeah, that's basically it over here. I mean, my closet's just kind of a mess. But yeah, then we have laundry and soda. I have a caffeine addiction. So then we have my clock. My accent color in my room is fuchsia, as you can see on my bed. And I actually have a painting that I started working on yesterday that eventually will go over my bed. But here we have, these are Itso storage containers from IKEA, or not IKEA, Target. And this is where, I used these a lot more when I lived in my apartment, but now that I live in a house, I don't really have a place to put them next to my desk. So right now they're kind of just chilling here. And I have like fabric in this one, my Glee DVD, some cards that I finished recently, and then kind of just some random stuff. I have like my crayons, markers, stuff like that, boxes. Basically, I only go over here when I really need something. This is kind of all my memorabilia from Australia that I'm hoping to use in my scrapbook. And then on top is kind of just where I put stuff when I don't know where to put it. It's kind of like my junk drawer. Along the side of my Expedit unit, I have receipts taped up of like things I need to return, coupons, stuff like that. Then right next to my storage unit, I have my Making Memories cutter, which I don't really use because it's too bulky, but I have it. Some extra printer paper. And then this is actually this is a T-square and kind of the bendy tripod thing, the GorillaPod that I use for making my videos over my desk, which just goes on top of my cabinet, right there. And then hangs over. So, then this is my Expedit cabinet. On top we have my TV, my Silhouette, and a root beer can. Oops. Okay. A root beer can, little koala, because they're adorable. This is all of my, I really need to change this label, because that's not what it is. This is all of my recent pattern paper purchases. So I have a lot of, the new Basic Gray collections, My Mind's Eye, things like that. Basically, things that I don't want to file away yet because I want to use them. Then in this I have, it's right next to my desk, so I just literally reach in here when I'm working on stuff. So these two are the ones that I use most. This is my scoreboard, my paper cutter, my Fiskars paper cutter, some scrap paper, and some palette paper, which is basically wax paper that I use for stamping and painting on. My current Netflix DVDs always go right here, just because it's a good place to keep them flat and safe. My Fiskars stamp press, buttons, Prismacolor pencils, These are all my Copics, and then 2 Stampin' Up! Markers, just because those are the 2 that I have. This container is from Target. I actually bought it from a garage sale, but it was brand new, but it's from Target. And it matches that picture frame that's over on the other side of my unit. And this is just kind of where I keep odds and ends, ribbon, and then bags of ribbon, like cards of ribbon. So like this is my Dear Lizzie. I have my Hero Arts lace in here. Kind of just my extra ribbon stuff that wouldn't fit in my other ribbon box. But it's right by my desk, so it's not too bad. Then next to it, I have 12 by 12 colored cardstock, organized by manufacturer. So this is Basil. I always call it Basil. This is Basil. Then this is kind of my older pattern paper, and some collection packs. These are Cosmo Cricket and K & Company, Sassafras. And then I have my other cardstock from other manufacturers, and then my American Crafts cardstock, and then American Crafts pattern paper, and then some of my mini books. And then this is the second most used cabinet right here. I'm gonna grab my chair and sit down. This has all of my 8.5 by 11 cardstock in it, and since I make a lot of cards, this is what I have near my desk. So I have my paper tray ink organized by color. Right now I just keep my scraps right next to the color, but I'm looking for a better system for that. I think I might get kind of an accordion folder, but I just haven't really gotten around to it. So these are my colors. Then I have my neutrals, so my brown, my gray, and then my white cardstock, vintage cream, and craft. And this is the sampler pack, so I kind of keep this here as like a reference tool. Then I have my Hero Arts layering papers. I have the pinks, the greens, and the blues right now. And then my black paper tray ink cardstock didn't really fit in here, so I just put it next to it. Because I don't really use black that much. It's more for just like matting things, so I don't really reach for it as much. Then I have Stampin' Up! Cardstock. This is their In Colors collection from this year. This is this year's, and then this is last year's. I bought the last year's on clearance just because I wanted to try it out, and I'll let you know when I actually use it because I haven't used it yet. This is my watercolor paper. I have a couple sheets ripped out here, but otherwise I just kind of work with it as I go. And this is all my miscellaneous 8.5 by 11 cardstock that I've just accumulated over the years. My silhouette cutting mat, and just other stuff. Okay, moving over, we have my albums. And, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. It's just my albums. This one's not used yet. This is my current one, and then these are just older ones. Oh, and I have my basic 12 by 12 cardstock. So this is my craft, black, white, and vanilla. And I just have a nice piece of cardboard to protect that against the wall there. And that's what I use the most of the time for my backgrounds on scrapbook layouts anyways, so I just keep it separate.